My manual skills as a child and as an adult are minimal. I am terrible at building things. Give me Argos flat pack furniture, which is what most of my living room is like, and everything is wonky as hell. And as a kid, I was only allowed Lego and stickle bricks, if anyone remembers those. Like Lego for extreme toddlers. I was still using those at like 8 or 10. Whereas my brother was far more adept at this and would have like giant Meccano sets going everywhere and like, here, look at my moon launcher and all of that kind of stuff. The reason why I talk about all of that is today's game review is Mech Builder, and this is the first time probably in my entire life that I felt like I was capable and confident in building out action figurines, mechs and warriors, waifus with giant guns, whatever it is that's in this game, and there's over 50 of these kits to build out. I felt confident and comfortable doing it because it makes it so easy to get to a satisfying and relaxing conclusion and feel like you've really built something. Each of these model kits in Mech Builder starts off with loads of plastic trays, and I'll come back to this over the course of this review. Tactile and replicating real world things that you need to do in this game is really what makes this Mech Builder stand out from the crowd. You choose your cut tool, and then what you need to do is look at the instruction manual, and you'll have these plastic cases with all of the different bits of the mech inside, or the model kit, and they'll be like labelled A, B, C, D, E, F, G, however many there is per kit, and it gets more complicated the further you go into the game. You look at the instruction manual, and just like all of these builder things, there's like figs 1, 2, 3 or whatever, and it will say, trays C and D belong together, and it will build the head of the mech. So you'll use the cut tool to cut out all of the pieces from the plastic tray from C and D, and then you'll change to the hand tool to then pull and push them together. And with a satisfying click, like the boot of the mech will attach to the bottom of the leg, to the thigh, that then goes and attaches to the torso, and you start to build up this mech as you go, using all of the different plastic tray pieces to pull together, and it's really satisfying and simple to do. At the beginning of the game, it is just literally body parts being put together, but very quickly it starts to devolve into all of these different metallic things will have patterns or motifs, and you need to put together the motif and then slot it into the mech's pattern tray on part of their foot or their leg or their armour or their shield or their head, so that it becomes more and more intricate as you go through the game. And so each build becomes slightly more complicated, but still very easy to do, because you've got these figurines to try and show, or figs in the instruction manual, to show you where you need to go. Once you've done piecing it together, you then change to the tweezer tool, and you've got a decal sheet of stickers that you can then place onto the mech. And whilst the instruction manual shows you where they can go, it's entirely up to you where you put these decals. So you can go off the beaten track, so long as you put them on the mech, it's considered a pass. And then the final thing is around shading and painting your mech or model. And again, the instruction manual will show you how to do it, but you have free rein to do whatever it is that you want. And this is going back to being tactile and letting your imagination run wild, because yep, there's a way to do it, but you aren't penalised for going off the beaten track and doing your own thing. And I think that's a real boon for Mech Builder, in that it shows you how, and you get to a satisfying conclusion, so no matter what it is that you do, it will look good, but then you can go off and put on your own spin on things. As you go through these 50 kits, you'll get access to more and more and more and more pieces. And once you've completed a certain amount of those models, Kitbash mode gets unlocked. And what this does is it allows you to start building your own mechs from all of the different mechs and models that you've unlocked and built and done so far. And so you can start making your own weird childlike monstrosities. And it took me back to that tactile time of shoving things from one Lego onto the other. A bit like what the Lego movie does when it all goes a bit wrong, when the Duplo blocks come out and you're like, uh-oh. This has the same kind of feel, but because everything just looks good together, nothing looks out of place or a monstrosity, it still looks good. And then you can still put on decals and paint them however it is that you see fit. And then using the photo mode, you can take some screenshots of what you've built and share them out with the world around you, which I think would be quite cool. If going at your own pace and being relaxing isn't quite what you want, There is a time trial mode too, which pits you against the clock to try and complete a kit build. But I have to say, I preferred being relaxed and taking this at my own pace because it allowed me to be more creative and start really being finicky with shading very specific parts of my model kits so that I could try and make it feel more like a cartoon or something like that, or certain anime series that I've watched beforehand, I'd kind of paint them in that ilk. And yeah, I just wasn't prepared for how engrossing this was. And I think one of those reasons why is because it emulates real world tacticality. So you're cutting things out of those paper plastic trays, you're slotting things together and getting those satisfying clonks and clicks. You are gently picking up the decals of the tweezer and then laying them on without that worry of bubbling up with the stickers on the decals. It just happens and it's nice. The painting is just like an eyedropper tool, so you just pick the colour that you want and drop them on, although it does give you suggested colours for each mech as you go to match what's in the instructions to really shortcut it. And it's just a really engrossing, great time. I can't speak highly enough of Mech Builder. This is a game that really surprised me because I was a bit like, would that hold my attention? Yes, is absolutely the answer. And yeah, I've been taken back to my 8-year-old self, and I can finally say, do you know what? You might have been fat fingers then and all thumbs and fingers then. Given a nice digital tool to help you through, you actually are competent and confident in doing it. Well done, Smithy, well done. My brother will still say that I'm a twit though. Written review will be over on higherplanegames.com. You take care. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/higherplane network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.